All right, the first ceasefire of the Troubles. Now, the first ceasefire is going to be declared August 31st, 1994. The IRA is going to declare a ceasefire at this time. The loyalist paramilitaries that are going to then come and unite together. Okay, so they're going to unite. And then the combined loyalist military form the Combined Loyalist Military Command. Now, the Combined Loyalist Military Command, or the CLMC, is going to issue a ceasefire 6 weeks later. So at this point, both sides that are fighting each other, Catholics, Protestants, Loyalists, and Nationalists, are going to be issuing a ceasefire. This is ultimately going to fail to end total violence. However, it is successful in ending large-scale attacks. So we really don't see a large-scale attack as a part of the Troubles in Northern Ireland after this first ceasefire. Additionally, at this time period, the United States is going to establish a special envoy to Northern Ireland, which is going to be a major step towards lasting peace. The United States really has a vested interest in maintaining some form of lasting peace in Northern Ireland. A major reason for this is the large amount of Irish immigration historically into the United States. Large majority of that really tried to maintain some form of kind of continuation of Irish culture. You're going to get some in government. Ted Kennedy plays a large role in this. Ethnically Irish individual, senator in the United States, brother of President John F. Kennedy. You're going to get another number of individuals in the American government who really want to go about and try to find a way of kind of mediating the situation. And they're going to establish a special envoy right here. Now, I would say that it is not just the United States that's going to do this. There are others that are going to play a role. This is certainly not something the United States really brings about, but they are going to establish a special envoy at this time period, which is going to play a large role in the mediation that's going to actually end the conflict. Now, the second ceasefire is going to come February 9th, 1990, or on February 9th, 1996, the IRA is going to revoke their ceasefire. So the first ceasefire is going to be ending, and they're going to resume attacks. We get Sinn Féin, okay, the political party. Sinn Féin has been around really this entire time. They're going to be the political arm of the IRA. They're going to be blaming these attacks on the British, okay? And they're going to say this is because the British failed to negotiate with the IRA until the IRA decided to completely disarm, something that the IRA was not willing to do. Therefore, they're going to resume their attacks. So Sinn Féin, the political arm of the IRA, is going to be stating that the only reason these attacks happened is because the British were not really agreeing to come to the table under good agreements versus requiring them to completely disarm and then to have some form of conversation to talk about ending the conflict. There is going to be a ceasefire, though, reinstated in July of 1997, and then we get the Omagh car bombing. This is done by the real IRA, case of another breakaway organization of the IRA. Again, we're going to hear the word IRA a number of times. There's a bunch of different versions of the IRA. All kind of doing something similar in a certain way, but using different methods. And there's a whole bunch of stuff when it comes to the IRA, which we can talk about if you have questions. The real IRA is going to do a car bombing. 29 civilians are going to be killed. This is going to be the largest single bomb, largest amount of civilians killed in a single bomb in the entire conflict. Now, this is going to be problematic for the IRA because it's going to weak support for the nationalists. Okay, this is going to be done by dissident nationalists who really are not ready to come to some form of agreement, don't agree with the ceasefire. So it is a small majority of the nationalists with this bombing. However, it's going to really hurt the nationalist cause and cause a decent amount of tension, which is finally going to bring us to the Good Friday Agreement, also known as the Belfast Agreements, on April 10th, 1998, which is going to be talks between the United Kingdom and Ireland. It is going to be mediated by the U.S. Special Envoy. So on the previous slide, 2 slides ago, when I was talking about the importance and the significance of the U.S. establishing a special envoy to Northern Ireland, this is really why that is going to be significant. They're going to be the mediators between the United Kingdom and Ireland in this agreement. This agreement is going to be made up in 2 different parts. The first part is going to be a multi-party agreement between most of Northern Ireland's political parties. Not all were involved because they didn't really want to be, but you're going to have most of the parties agree to agree to a certain level of terms that they are going to be following. And there's also going to be an international agreement between the British government and the government of the Republic of Ireland on really how to move forward with this partition and this conflict in Northern Ireland. Additionally, they're going to make the agreement that the majority of, in this document, that the majority of the people in Northern Ireland wanted to remain in the United Kingdom. Okay, so it's the text of the Good Friday Agreement, which states the majority of people living in Northern Ireland want to stay a part of the United Kingdom. It also states that the majority of the island of Ireland wanted to end partition. So we're not talking about the Republic of Ireland here, majority of which would want to end partition. We're talking about the entire island as a whole. Historically, pre-1922 with partition, it was all united as one. They're stating in this agreement as well that the majority of Ireland wants an end to this partition. So majority of Northern Ireland wants to remain a part of the United Kingdom. Majority of Ireland wants to end the partition. Additions are going to state the status would stay the same as it is right now with the Northern Ireland and a Republic of Ireland, a partition, unless the majority of Northern Ireland wished to change this. So if the people get together in Northern Ireland, vote on a referendum that states they would like to join the Republic of Ireland, it is going to or become an independent country. It is going to stay this way. So really, either side is going to get involved in changing that. Additionally, citizenship would be guaranteed. So if you were born to an Irish parent, you were going to get Irish citizenship. If you're born to a British parent, you're going to get British citizenship. You could also get both, okay? And lastly, they're going to end a hard border. So there is going to be no border checkpoints. So if you're driving, for example, from Belfast to Dublin or from Derry to Galway, when you cross that border, you don't have to go through a border check. This is going to be thrown into question with Brexit and cause a decent amount of conflict and tension. If you look at the Brexit vote more recently, the majority of Northern Ireland voted to stay in the European Union, largely on this particular issue. And there's a lot of talk, again, on the idea of a border and a customs union between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, which is a part of the European Union. And since Brexit, the United Kingdom leaving Northern Ireland is not, which is causing a bit of tension currently. That is going to be all for here. If you have questions or comments, anything of that nature, please do let me know. That is a rundown of the Troubles. Take care. Good luck. See you later.